so we're gonna get started. I'm just so excited to see you all here today. It really is just a dream come true, and I'm so excited for what we're about to do today and for everybody who is here. So I'm gonna start off with my presentation. We're having some trouble with this, so hopefully it works out for us. There you go, okay. What do you do? It's a question we've all grown accustomed to hearing, especially adults in the room at any event. I'm sure many of you today have actually already asked each other that same question. What do you do? And while what is a good start, a more telling question starts with why. Why do you do what you do? And why questions are my favorite kind of questions because they move beyond simple facts and they get to deeper reasoning. They get to motivations. So for example, I'm often asked, there we go. Why I study what I study. Why I'm interested in gender and race. You see, degrees in anthropology, in gender studies, and sociology are not the ones that you pursue when you're interested in money, unfortunately. But they are the ones that you do when you're invested in people. When you're interested in understanding how people work with other people, how people support one another, but also how people can hurt each other and hold each other down. They are the kinds of subjects that allow researchers to think about how such relationships then take form in constructs, in institutions, in policies, and in structures that people create, either to help each other or to hurt each other. And there are many frameworks that we can use to study people with the goals of improving their lives and creating institutions that are better for all involved. And one that I like to use is intersectional feminism, and specifically in my academic work, Black feminism. So what is intersectional feminism? It is a feminism with intersectionality at its core, which I define as the interconnected nature of social organizations such as race, class, gender, and how these create overlapping systems of discrimination or disadvantage. But again, more importantly, why intersectional feminism? Well, it is becoming clearer and clearer that certain issues affecting women, for instance, have for too long been ignored. We see it in current discussions surrounding the Me Too movement. We witness it every time women's rights are challenged. And we see it in the collective power of the women's marches. Women have faced and continue to face unfair treatment, unequal pay, victimization, among so much more. Women of color have experienced some of the worst of these, and poor women even worse than that. These issues taking place nationally, now being followed by national dialogue, are forcing everybody to take notice. And I believe that we in Stockton can help to address these issues. I believe wholeheartedly that Stockton can be an example for the nation of what can happen when we focus on women, all women, from all walks of life and different backgrounds. When we understand that women's issues are community issues, when we acknowledge how hard women work for their communities and how efforts aimed at improving women's lives allows for their hard work to multiply. So another why question, why Stockton? So just a couple facts about Stockton. Stockton is 51% female. Stockton is incredibly diverse, as we all know, and here are some numbers from the report. The percentage of the Hispanic or Latinx residents in Stockton is 41.7%. Stockton has a higher population of Asian citizens than the United States, California, or San Joaquin County. And I wish more data existed on this subgroup, the subgroup of this category, because we would then further appreciate the diversity in this population. Stockton is 11.5% Black. Stockton is 43.5% white, compared to the United States, which is 73.3%, California, which is 61.3%, and San Joaquin County, which is 56.4%. So our city is filled with beautifully rich culture, experiences, backgrounds, and perspectives. 26.1% of women in Stockton were born outside of the country. This percentage is higher than San Joaquin County and much higher than the United States at 13.4%. We almost double that. Of those that speak another language, Stockton has a higher percentage of Asian and Pacific Island languages, 32.6%, than San Joaquin County, California, and the United States. And out of the total population, 21.7% of Stockton residents speak Spanish in their home. Now, this point about language may seem kind of random, but there are so many positive facts that come with bilingualism. Those who are bilingual are better listeners, they make more connections, and they're more likely to come up with solutions to problems that respect various different needs, and this has been proven by various research resources. Stockton is made up of different kinds of families, and many of them are led by our single mothers. There are more children in Stockton in single-parent family households as compared to those other geographic areas that I've mentioned. And female-headed families made up 33.3% of the households with children under the age of 18. So these statistics bring me to my next set of questions. What is a report on the status of women? It's a comprehensive overview of how women are doing in Stockton as compared to other geographic areas. But why produce a report on the status of women? To show our commitment to women in Stockton, to help all of the work already being done by organizations and individuals who work on women's issues, like all of you here today. To provide a new tool that can be used to access more resources, apply for grants, and conduct more focused initiatives. But most importantly, to improve the lives of women in Stockton. Today you will hear from others about the numbers showing that we are clearly not yet doing enough to support our community, a community where women of color, and single mothers make up an immense portion of our population. If we do not focus on the unique needs of these groups, in other words, if we do not keep intersectional feminism in mind in our analysis and our policy considerations, we simply will not be able to fix the problems that our community is facing. So I want to end with one more statistic about Stockton. Our population is overall younger than the rest of the county, the state, and the country. 28.6% of our population are under the age of 17. 11.1% are between the ages of 18 and 24. Meaning that 39.7% of Stocktonians are under the age of 24. So why study gender and race? Why produce a report focused on the intersectional and unique issues of women? One reason is so that our youth, and some of them are here today, have the chance to grow up in a community where young girls are protected, where they feel valued, where young men learn that this is the norm, where those who do not ascribe to the binary are included, where our differences are celebrated, where we notice those who need help the most, and we as a community work to make sure such needs are fulfilled. Why study gender? It is simply time that we do. Thank you very much.